It's the Winemakers on Sporting News, presented by Jack Daniels.
All right, folks, we're going to gear up for Arizona's visit to Lambeau Field to take on the Packers. Kenny White, Richie Betzler, and Brian Blessing, and I'm confused, more than normal. Green Bay's an 11-point favorite. The total in the game is 44. Now, I've been with Kenny White, unfortunately with Richie too, for a good long while now. I know they're pro football teams, Kenny, in double digits. The numbers are astounding. Double digits dogs that covered. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. Green Bay only 11. Arizona's offensive line, it's a jailbreak. It's over for this team. How's that number only 11?
Jailbreak. What's a jailbreak mean? What's that mean?
It means the quarterback's running for his life, kid.
Oh, okay. I didn't
With
know
no
that.
running back either.
Well, now I know. Well, let me tell you why they're 11, or why they should be higher than 11.
Well, there you go.
I'll start with a jailbreak. It threw me off. I'll start with last week's game. Frisco, traveling Arizona, the 7 on the road. And I know some of these teams, they're going to play a little bit higher on the road, and that's why the number gets inflated. But as a 7-point road favorite, typically you turn that around, and Frisco's going to be somewhere around 12.5 or 13 at home against the Cardinals. And that's one of the ways I always look at these numbers. What's the team going to do if they were playing at home or on the road? I switch it around. In this case, Green Bay, if Frisco's 13 against Arizona, then Green Bay has to be a starting number of 13. When I saw 10.5 this morning, I fell off my chair and I had to run out to the South Point to see if they had the price up.
You took the 10.5.
No, I did not. That. He didn't listen to a word that I said. But that's
I
Ken.
did. Thank you. I did.
Every word you said. I'm just going to go one step further. That I'm going to disagree with you. That Frisco's 7 on the road, no home advantage for Arizona, 3.5 home advantage in San Francisco. I bet if those two played before last week's game, would have been 10.5. But after you watch the Monday night game, you dropped Arizona's power rating 2 points offensively.
Why did it take that long? It's been that way for 3 weeks.
It's been going down. They're the only second team ever in the NFL to start the season 4-0 and then lose their next 4 games. I don't know who the other team is, but they are the only second team to do that. But their rating has been going down, but it dropped even more this past week.
All right, let's go between the lines. It's funny, we were talking before we start taping this. The Packers went through the motions. They let Jacksonville hang around a long enough time. Jags had a shot to win that game. Packers have the bye week the following week. You say players tune that stuff out. They won the game. They're not going to be, listening to the coach. Cobb's in the lineup now because Jennings out, Nelson's banged up. That being said, the Packers were pretty sloppy last week. Wouldn't you count on them bouncing back with a better effort here?
They won, and that's what I hate about pro sports a lot of times. When these teams win, they were supposed to win by 15.5. We talked about this game. We thought it was going to go up to 13.5, 14, or maybe over 14.5. Went to 15.5 against Jacksonville. They never had a shot at covering the point spread, but they won. So I think that's all they care about. They don't care about covering spreads. I don't know if they care about covering this. I think Arizona has the better defense, and that's one thing in sports when you always look at games. If you could take the better defense getting points, you got to take it, and here's the situation.
There's no letdowns 2 weeks in a row. Last week was the letdown. The Jaguars did everything they can do to force this Packer team to run the ball, and they couldn't do it. Cardinals are going to do the same thing. Cardinals are playing unders. Wisenhunt, that's his favorite word. He's an under coach. They're 1-7 to the under this year. It's an under game, but it looks like a favorite in under game. It's one of those rare spots, favorite and under.
Kenny always says, better defense, take the points. And sometimes if it looks too good to be true,
Brian says take the points.
it usually is. I'm confused.
I'm done taking the points with Arizona.
I'm confused.
You can have them.
Good luck to you. You're on your own. It's the Winemakers on Sporting News. For Kenny and Richie, I'm Brian. Thanks for joining us here at Sporting News.